Beer. The oldest and most widely consumed alcohol beverage in the world. Made with hops and yeast to birth classic and adventurous flavors. But when it comes to the world of craft brews, it's just the beginning.
John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever. Disco ball.
Where did that come from?
Follow our team of beer guides for beer ventures of a lifetime.
It's just a little bright for the
Captain Kelly
fire. I mean, it's like
Bigelow.
it's perfectly lit, but
Great weather at
Great
times.
beer.
At times beer.
All the time.
The only thing that would make this better, if I had a beer in my hand.
Brewery navigator Ryan Newhouse.
Are you interested in a taste?
Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, this is just about the freshest beer I've ever had.
And Kate Bernat, beer quartermaster.
Yeah.
A cow patty smells different after it's 8 years spent drinking.
Kelly, you test that and let me know.
Challenge accepted.
Hopefully they can make it out unscathed from the Beermuda Triangle.
We tune poop into beer, beer into poop, and great.
Transportation provided by Rangitch Brothers RV Center, home of where a handshake means something. If your next adventure includes the banks of a Montana river, shores of a wonderful lake, or campground inside a national park, travel in style with a new RV from Rangitch Brothers RV Center.
So we're here in beautiful Missoula, Montana. So today on my hike, I'm going to have Kate Bernat and Ryan Newhouse.
I'd have to agree.
I
Might be
mean,
biased.
you know, no disrespect to the other great breweries and cities in Montana, but you know, if there is a mecca, I think it's Missoula. And, not just for its 3 rivers and fly fishing and all the great things that you can do here and across Montana, but it's just a really good place to be.
We're going to be traveling onto some great breweries. Missoula has so many, so it's hard to categorize one better than another. But I felt like if we're going to do an episode featuring Missoula, that we really better start with the big 3. So with these 3 breweries, we're going to head from Brewfest, which is at Caras Park. We're going to go to Big Sky Brewing in the amphitheater, and then we're going to head from there and go to Kettlehouse. It's going to be rocking, so be ready. Wayne has built this party vessel, and we are going to be one of the first people on its maiden voyage. The surprise that I have for Kate and Ryan, you can actually see it over my shoulder as it comes into view here, is the Lewis and Clark Trail Adventures pub raft.
But they did test it out. It's a little bigger than
So we're the guinea pigs.
I'm completely convinced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's what adventure's
here's the
about,
deal.
right?
We've got beer.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long
Got
as
life
we got
vests?
beer, life is okay.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be floating down the Blackfoot River, which makes its way into the Clark Fork. They've removed the dam, which was a mega fun site, and we're going to be taken out right in the middle of Missoula at Silver Park. So it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait.
All right, so we have 3 breweries on tap, obviously, in every episode. And this episode, we've got Big Sky Brewing, Bayern Brewing, and Kettlehouse.
Yay.
We're going to take it Bayern Brewing tomorrow. The Garden City Brewfest, which you get to be a judge in tomorrow's Brewfest. So.
Yes, very excited.
Is this your first year?
No, second year. I judged it last year, and it was so awesome, and I can't wait to do it again.
The Garden City Brewfest is such a good one too. Longest running, one of the largest in this state, but spring's here and you can't get any better.
No, it can't. Blessed with great weather at
Great
times.
beer.
At times.
Beer.
All the
Always.
time.
The only thing that would make this better, if I had a beer in my hand,
Could pretend.
so we should get one.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's something missing.
I
Yeah.
think-
My hand feels empty.
That's right.
Yeah. A little parched.
I know.
Water is fine
I
and
know.
all, but
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, let's ladies first.
All right.
Lead the way, Kate.
Let's do it,
Behind
man.
you, buddy.
Let's get down this mountain and head on down to Brewfest for our next beer venture.
My name is Luke Carlson. I'm the owner at Smelter City Brewing in Anaconda, Montana, and I bank at First Montana Bank. It's my belief that every town should have a brewery, and they should be treated as community gathering spots. meeting places. It's local ingredients, it's being brewed on the premises, it's as fresh as it can be. Putting the brewery right in the middle of downtown, we got to save an old building that otherwise was vacant and deteriorating. I never had a credit card because I wouldn't pay for something unless I had the money for it. So a loan is a scary thing to have. Working with Abby was a good experience. I felt like there was a lot of trust involved. I felt like she had trust in me.
First Montana Bank, banking built on relationships. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're heading on down to Brewfest, and we're going to meet up with the Belle of Beer and Kate, who is actually judging at Brewfest. So can't wait to get started. Kenzie.
Hey.
Kelly Bigelow.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So I understand you're the Belle of Beer.
I am. My name's Mackenzie, and many of you may know me as Belle of Beer on social media sites. It was a way of me being able to track what I was drinking, and then it just kind of took off. I wasn't expecting anything from it. My whole reasoning behind it is to kind of make craft beer more approachable to all people. Everyone's palate is different, and mine included, and so I just want people to try beer that they want to try.
It looks like we're getting ready to start the Brewfest.
Yeah, the Brewfest looks like it's buzzing. We should go check it out.
Let's go do that.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start at Brewfest with Bayern Brewery, who's one of the older breweries in the entire Northwest, let alone Montana as Montana's oldest lasting brewery that's still running. Tell me a little bit about what you know of this Brewfest.
Well, I know that there's a lot of cool events going on in town. This is a whole week that ends up to this Garden City Brewfest. So there's trivia at local breweries, and they also have blind beer tasting events that are located at some of the bars and stuff, which is really cool because then it kind of gets people more involved with the craft beer scene here in Missoula. This is kind of like an homage to how you start the summer, I feel like. This is just a tradition, so it was kind of cool to join alongside someone new in this experience this year.
All right, here we are, Brewfest.
Yeah, this looks like a good time. They got a live band and all kinds of vendors.
Sounds great. Sounds awesome.
I love Montana Brewfest, especially the ones here at Karis, because they're just such a big venue for those.
Right. All these people here.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So Brewfest right now is buzzing. There are people everywhere. Jurgen's about ready to come down and do the ceremonial keg tap for Brewfest. And I believe he's going to be in his lederhosen. The buzz is great, the people are having a great time, and boy, this is a long Brewfest, so we're going to have to pace ourselves here. I'm the belly of beer. You know, I work out, but I also like to party. You know, that's what my body says.
This is not the oldest Brewfest in the state, but it's by far the largest. And I think it's the best one. All right, so let's do the deed. All right.
Eight, 9, 10.
I need more pitchers, Saxon.
So Jurgen's behind me. We just finished tapping this keg using a brass tap. We tapped this into this wooden barrel as you see behind me. Also what you see behind me is the finished product pouring out of it. One thing that's a feature here in Missoula is not only beer, activities, and abundance of things going on, but music. The music scene down here is amazing. You could probably hear the music in the background. The city is great, the music is great, the beer is great, and like I said before, it flows as golden brown as our rivers do blue. Prost.
So judging Brewfest is amazing. This is my second year getting to do it, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I want a best of show. I want a best of show runner-up. Okay. That's all I need.
It'll be myself judging, people from Zoo City Zymergists, which is our homebrew club here in Missoula. A Zymergist is a beer maker, beer fan.
2 is a double IPA.
Yes.
I vote to exclude it from further consideration.
If we didn't like it as a pale ale.
I mean, even the blonde has punchier aroma than this does.
Beer judging is a little bit different than just drinking beer because it's not necessarily about whether or not you personally like the beer, it's about how technically good is this beer. So it's kind of like watching the judges in the Olympics. It's not whether they like the routine, it's whether it hits all these technical notes.
All right.
Well, congratulations, Highlander. Your coffee dark mild is best of show at Brewfest this year.
And it's
Cheers.
excellent.
It
Cheers.
is so tasty.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I was not surprised by the winner of Brewfest, hometown favorite Highlander. I did not know they made that beer, actually. It was a coffee mild, which is a style I really like. Yeah, that's the great part about judging Brewfest. You might find a new favorite beer. I'm always really tired after we're done judging, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go home and nap and let Kelly and the Belle of Beer take care of all of the rest of the fun of Brewfest while I put my feet up a little bit.
So this is an amazing event. You're such a part of Missoula, and really in the Garden City Brewfest being the oldest and first Brewfest, maybe not the first Brewfest, but tell me a little bit more about it.
Well, I mean, the Brewfest, it started out as BRIW, standing for Bayern, Rhinoceros, Iron Horse, and Warden's Market. And we started that in 1993. There were a few Brewfests before, but I mean, the Missoula Brewfest evolved into the largest and most popular Brewfest in the whole state, and I hope the guys in Bozeman won't crucify me over saying that. It is the truth, guys, so Missoula is it. One other thing too, when I came here, I mean, why I like it so much, I mean, I came here and literally I found an open armed welcome. But I also figured when you come over here, age 25, being a master brewer, and you come here all the way from Germany, brew beer, people figured out I couldn't be such a bad guy after all. You know, so.
Brewfest and what Jürgen started with Brewfest really culminates what Missoula is all about, and that's community. It brings the community together. You know, sitting there talking to Jürgen during Brewfest, during our interview was awesome to hear his story. Jürgen and these other breweries that we're going to go to in this episode and all the breweries across Montana give so much back to their community and are community focused, and really that's why I started the show, so we could highlight the fun things to do in these communities and how much these breweries mean.
You started your first location here in a small room here at the end of the X's, correct? In downtown Missoula.
At the end of the X's. But we have been in where we're at on Montana Street, 1507 Montana Street, since 2002. And I'm not planning on moving anytime soon.
So talking about your brewery and the unique things that you bring, I know you have a bottle washing system. Is it the only bottle washing system in the United States?
Actually, currently it is. As of next month, we will be at 100%. We call it Virgin Plus One. We will have 100% reused glass.
So, don't throw your bottles away. Let's get them down to Bayern Brewery. Let's do the right thing. Let's recycle. Let's be sustainable, reuse,
rejoice,
and just be awesome. Come on, Prost. Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Prost. We got the Belle of Beer. Thank you, Ryan Newhouse, for introducing me to my newest friend and amazing beer connoisseur. You're so cool, and I hope you had a great time today.
So thanks, Kelly, for letting me be a part of this show today. I had a lot of fun, and check out a whole bunch of new breweries and their new beers. I really appreciate all of it and this journey with you. So cheers to that.
Cheers, Prost, and cheers to Missoula.
It was a great day hanging out with the Belle of Beer at Brewfest and on our way to Big Sky Brewery.
Beermuda Triangle is proudly sponsored by Stampede Packing Company, maker of Redneck brand cottage bacon, maple sweet hams, and distinctive sausages. Clothing provided by Montana Roots. Visit mymontanaroots.com. Transportation provided by Rangitsch Brothers RV Center.
I had a hard time getting out of my chair a lot of days, and my health was deteriorating. I'd gained 40 pounds probably in the last 5 or 6 years, prior to the surgery, and well, it affected every aspect of my life, and particularly my relationship with my wife. I mean, we've always had a good relationship, but I didn't have the energy she did. I couldn't keep up with her. It had a very negative impact on my outlook. I was very negative about just about everything in my life. And a month after the surgery, we were doing some work at my mother's house, and my wife looked at me and she said, "Who are you?" She said, "In the 24 years we've been married, you have never had this much energy." It has been a life-altering event. I feel more alive and more excited to be alive now than I have in my entire life. I feel like I'm 30 years younger. It's unbelievable the difference it has made in my life.
To learn more and schedule your free consultation, visit us at surgicalsleepsolutions.com.
Really looking forward to kicking off concert season at Big Sky. They do a great job with their summer concert series, and Ryan and I are going to head over there on his bike actually, and then meet up with Kelly there, so then we'll get the grand tour of the whole thing.
I'm excited. I get to check out another great concert at Big Sky Brewing Company, tour the brewery, enjoy their beer. Nothing better than that for a summer.
Hey Kate, what's up, dudes?
Woo! How are you? Party.
How was
You
the
ready?
trip?
Yeah. Very good.
Yes.
I'm really good favorite hat. Thank you.
How was the drive?
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Oh man.
So yeah, once we get to Big Sky, I should be meeting up with Neil Leathers, which I'm really excited about because there's nobody better to give a tour of Big Sky. He knows that place front and back, top to bottom.
Look who's here.
Neil. Hey! Here we are.
Yeah. Should we get a beer and get started?
I think we should.
You know, what I've always liked about Big Sky is when they do something, they do it really well, and they put everything into it, but they always have the community in mind. They support the community, and they just make it fun. Oh my God.
It's a pretty big room for Montana.
I love it.
Yeah. Man, look at these tanks. Tanks and tanks and tanks.
Tanks and tanks. When we moved in here, which has now been about 18 years ago, something crazy like that, we had like 3 tanks. So we built it big enough to fill up, and we pretty much have filled it up now. Moose Drool is still our best-selling beer. In the summer months, Summer Honey is a really big seller. So right now it's probably about a third Moose Drool, a third Summer Honey, and our third is mixed up other brands.
Okay.
Wintertime, Moose Drool is half of the beer we're selling.
Yeah, that's the beer that anyone from outside of Missoula or even outside of Montana knows Montana for.
They're the most distributed Montana brewery out there, and I believe that their number's about 26 states, so about half of the United States carries Big Sky. So you're either in one of those states or right next to one, likely.
Obviously, this is where all the magic happens. This is where all the bottling and canning goes in.
Cleaning and sweating and hard work.
Right.
Yes,
So tell us about this whole process.
Sure. So, we started out in 1995, and we were kegs only. And we were kegs only for about 4 or 5 years. And then we started bottling beer. And over the intervening years, cans have become really popular. So now we both bottle and can. Bottles have advantages, but cans do not break. And they do not let sun get into them and whatnot. So
You can take them hiking and rafting. And
that's right. And
you can take them on a brewery tour.
Right. That's right. There's so many great things.
You can crush them on your forehead.
Neil, I feel pretty special on a brewery tour like this, but we're here to see a concert as well. I'm curious, like how many bands come through also want to come in and see the brewery?
Yeah, that's pretty common, but some bands love to get involved in what's going on, and some just want to chill out and backstage and whatnot, but we've taken a lot of bands through here.
The venue at Big Sky is really fun because it kind of feels to me like a big picnic that happens to have awesome concerts. It's just nice open lawn seating. You always kind of run into someone you know while you're drinking beer, and you've got all this grass to just kind of spread out on, all the beer tents, all the food tents. It's just a really easy, laid-back place to go see a show.
So,
Pay
Joe,
attention to your logo.
I noticed when we came in and refilled our beers, it's nonprofits that are slinging beers here. So how does that work?
The way we work our concerts is every concert has a nonprofit that takes the beer proceeds from the show. So they come in, they pour beer, they raise money and awareness for whatever they have going on. Typically it's a project, past projects, Brendan's Wave, Missoula Skate Park, Missoula Youth Homes.
Yeah, this is like Missoula freestyle team.
Yep, they're gonna build a big jump.
Wow.
And I bet those beer proceeds are not
not small proceeds either on a hot day. And...
No, definitely not. Throughout the summer, there's a lot of zeros behind them, and so they've gone to some considerable projects.
Well, one of the things that I learned about their outreach side is I'm surprised how much they've given back to the community. I knew it was a lot in the way that they set it up, but it's a lot of dollars that they've supported Missoula area and Montana nonprofits through a variety of ways, giving beer out or supporting them through the concert sales, the beer sales at concerts.
Well, I'm excited to walk around. I want to see these food vendors, and
absolutely
super excited for the show. I'm ready for the show.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers. Woo.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
The Beermuda Triangle is sponsored by Rangich Brothers RV Center, First Montana Bank, and Zip Beverage.
Here at Rangich Brothers, we are celebrating 60 years of outstanding customer service. The Rangich story begins at this location 60 years ago. My father, RJ, was a stickler on quality and family tradition, where a handshake means something started with him.
And carries on through our staff and those families that buy our homes and RVs.
I'm Jack, 18 years. Kip Cooley, 15 years.
I'm Chris, 15 years.
Come and visit us today and see why a handshake means something at Rangich Brothers RV Center.
So we're headed out to Kettlehouse Brewing Company from Big Sky. We're gonna meet up with Zeb and hear about their third location, why they built it, and the fact that it has a wonderful amphitheater right next to it, what that means for our community, what it means for the town of Bonner, which is right outside of Missoula, and can't wait to hear more about what they've got going on.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
How's it going? Good. Thanks for having us.
Doing great.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks
Good
for having
to
us,
see you
Zeb.
guys.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Hey Tim. Looks good. Nice day. So this is the grand space that we've been waiting for.
Yeah. So this is what we call K3. This is our third brewery, and it's the one that kind of answered our problem of not having enough capacity that we dealt with for many years. Cold Smoke Scotch Ale is our flagship beer, and when that really took hold, that's when things really started to get crazy for us, and we needed more capacity. So we ended up out here in Bonner.
So across the way we have this kick-ass Kettlehouse Amphitheater. I've actually been to my first concert there this year. And tell the viewers and kind of what the history of being out here, obviously with your third location, that growth, but how that partnership with Logjam Presents.
This came about as a result of a discussion between Tim O'Leary, who's Kettlehouse's founder, and Nick Chakota, who's the owner of a company called Logjam Presents. They have a pit area right in front, and then they have actual seats, boxes behind that, and then grass seating up above. And they really did a nice job setting it up. I think there's just not a bad seat in the house.
We're going to be floating a little bit later today with Lewis and Clark Trail Adventures pub boat, and we'd like to invite one or both of you to come along. So if you can make it, we'd love to have you along, and we're going to be sipping on some of your beers and some of the other great beers that we're going to be featuring in this show. I'd love to have you, because that is really, that outdoor experience is why we live here and endure the 9 months of winter.
Should we head inside?
Yeah, Tim, why don't you take us on the next portion here?
Yeah, see the operation.
Yeah. This part looks like it's under construction here.
Yes, this is our soon-to-be tap room space, and it's our next phase of construction that seems to be endless. But we want people to be able to come out and enjoy this facility, and it's in such a beautiful spot. And we want somebody who's just had, the best day on the river they've ever had, caught the biggest fish of their life. And then they come in and they have a beer here and go, that's the best beer I've ever had.
And you're the one that makes the great experiences happen.
Oh, it's definitely a team effort. But, you guys want to walk over here next door? We can check it out, see what's going on.
I'd love to.
Yeah, let's see.
This year we're packaging Cold Smoke, flagship Scotch Ale. Are you interested in a taste?
Yeah.
So our tap room's open. We can't drink in here, but we can do professional tasting.
That is pretty
Professional
sweet.
tasting.
See what's going on.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
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 Yeah, hey.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is just about the freshest beer I've ever had.
Welcome to the great experience.
So this is where most of the beer that people are buying from the grocery store or whatever is being brewed and packaged, right?
Yes. Everything that goes out to distributors is right here in Bonner at K3.
Drinking cold smoke right off the canning line. I've never done that before. It was probably the freshest cold smoke I'll ever have in my life. So put that one down, check that off the bucket list. Drank cold smoke off the canning line in Bonner. That was part of an awesome day. Can we go see some tanks maybe?
Yes, let's do it.
So what's this elevated area and what's that about?
Okay, so that's our 60 barrel brew deck.
It's like the tree house of the brewery.
It is.
Okay.
So it's a 60 barrel JV Northwestern brew house.
Wow.
Built in the USA.
Oh, it's baby cold smoke.
So this is a lot of time. This separates the grain from the wort.
Getting to walk up onto the brew deck is something hardly anybody except the brewers gets to do. So you really get to see the brewery from the perspective of the brewer, and you're looking down at everything else, and you can watch the whole lifespan of the beer from just the grains to adding the hops to going into cans, all from right up there. And it's a really one-of-a-kind place to see a brewery from. Cold smoke in progress.
In progress.
Making
Soon
its
to be.
way to a can near you.
And a liver near you.
So just want to say thanks. Thanks
Yeah,
a lot,
thanks for
Zeb.
having us.
Really
Thank you very
appreciate your time, and
We
Thanks, Zeb.
appreciate you guys coming
Yeah, of
out.
we look
course.
forward to seeing you later.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're on the banks of the Blackfoot River, and Kate and the Bell of Beer have joined me for this special little venture that we're going to take with Tim Mason, who's the head brewer of Kettlehouse. We also have Jürgen Noller, who is the head brewer and owner of Bayern Brewery, that's going to join us. But we will bring their beer and spirit, and we're going to get to floating.
This does not suck.
This does not suck at all. The reason for this show is to kind of showcase the big three breweries in Missoula, and you three are definitely it. And so what does that mean? Take a pub float with you guys and talking beers, and what does that mean to you guys?
Beats the heck out of working. Yeah.
Good answer.
Here.
It's pretty cool to sit back, relax. Because we're definitely allies in that competition.
Well, and yet definitely don't talk much shop when you're on a trip like that. We're
Yeah.
hanging out,
Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes, when we get all those people together, yes, you need the brewers come together. I mean, it's like because, imagine you would just stay in your own company and so on. You get blind for everything else. So you need exchange with your colleagues and your peers and talk about. But I mean, that's for conferences and that's for brew fest and stuff like that. But I mean, this actually I perceive more as like comfortable with the breeze, not take anything serious, relax, and take it easy.
The theory of the pub vault is that people work during the day and come here and socialize after a work day and enjoy the long evenings in Montana.
And make those connections.
Right, and that's what I wanted to allude to. Obviously, our show is bringing together three breweries into an episode, and the community of breweries, as we know, as hosting and as Kate is beer judged, and it's all delicious beer. But the community aspect of what Missoula really is, and how much you give back, how much the Kettlehouse gives back, how much Big Sky gives back to the community is universal, and obviously how you support it. I mean, 29 years, Wayne. That's a long time to be in business in Missoula. It's a lot. You've seen a lot of turf, and what a great thing.
Ending the adventure on the river, beer in hand, with those brewers all around us, talking about what we love about living in Missoula and about drinking beer in Montana. That was the perfect encapsulation of summer in Montana.
Right, so I really want to thank Wayne with Lewis and Clark Trail Adventures. What a great trip. Thank you so much. This has been just an amazing trip. It's Missoula, Montana, my hometown. It doesn't get any better than this. We've got the big three breweries that really put Missoula, Montana on the map, and all the other great breweries that are in Missoula. We thank you, and the community thanks you for all the support. And what do you say, guys? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.